ready to go. On the Fan, New York Sports Radio. Mike's on, Mike's on. He'll get you the sports any way that he can. It's Mike Francesa on the Fan. Sports Radio 66 and 101.9 FM, WFAN.
From the studios of WFAN, this is Mike's on Francesa on the Fan on this 27th day of November, a Tuesday, as we take you through the afternoon. Another beautiful day here in the fall in New York. I think we saw the sun about a month ago. One time it might have just ducked its head out. Boy, the falls and winters around here are just brutal. I mean, and they get worse every day. But we have all the sunshine from the football season to keep us warm, though. That's it. I mean, when the most exciting thing going on is the Knicks with a 3-game winning streak, and that is by far the most exciting thing going on. But we will do some football today. We will have the Giant head coach at 5, and we'll dabble with the Knicks and everything else that is going on as we head down the final days of this season. You know, for once, though, can I come out of one game, one time, and not have there be a Beckham story of some type about we worry about, and everybody in this town worrying about whether he's happy, whether he is being utilized right, whether he is content with the game plan, whether he is on board, whether the coaches are connecting with him. I am so sick of this Beckham garbage. It is so overrated, and it is such absolute nonsense, and the media's caught it so badly. We have been dealing with this since the day this guy arrived in this town. You know what his record is? Since the day, the Giants' record since the day he showed up? 29-47. You realize that? 29-47. I'm going to tell you something else. This preoccupation with these wide receivers, the big three, Julio Jones, Antonio Brown, and Beckham, right now under contract for $234 million combined. They have been in the league a combined 22 years of service. Do you know how many Super Bowls they've won? None. Do you know how many Super Bowls they've played in? One. So you have in those three players 22 years of service, $234 million right now wrapped up. And they've been to one Super Bowl and one none. Now, to just compound it, let's leave the speedy Tyreek Hill out of it for just a minute and take the next four, what are pretty much the consensus four receivers other than Hill. Hopkins, Evans, Green, and we can debate the last one. I'll put in Keenan Allen. Those four, 24 years of service, under contract for $268 million. So when you throw them in and bring it up to 46 years of service, $502 million. You know how many Super Bowls they've won? None. You know how many they've played in? One. Julio Jones. And his coach screwed the game up. They have won no Super Bowls. So the preoccupation with these prima donna wide receivers in this new age of passing is so overrated. It is unbelievable. Enough. The best thing that could happen is they kick his rear end out of town and start over. Has it worked? He played in one playoff game and he stunk. I am so sick of hearing about him. It's ridiculous. Every day. Well, does the coach connect with him? Did the coach explain it right? Is Beckham okay with the game plan? Who the hell cares? Go out and play. Now, if you throw the ball down the field to somebody else, that's a problem. Everything's a problem. Since the Giants started kissing his rear end, they haven't won a game. Enough already. Give me back some tough little wide receivers who can block. And give me some guys who can get to the quarterback. And give me some offensive linemen who know how to knock somebody on their rear end and see how many games you win. And I'll keep this quarterback. Give me all those other guys. Go get me those guys. Go get me those offensive linemen. Go get me Oates and Snee and Deal. Go get me those guys. And Banks. Forget asking for Taylor. I don't want to get crazy now. Give me some guys who know how to win around here. Jeez, I thought Plaxico Burress was nuts. He's a saint compared to these idiots. I mean, enough already. I am so sick of hearing about who's happy and who's not and who's on this page and the coach isn't getting through to the players. Shut up. What a bunch of garbage. It's not what wins. If you don't do that, you can't win football games anymore. Can't happen. You have to relate. You have to give them breaks. You have to make sure that they feel it. Oh, really? Give me a break already. If it comes to that point, you know what? Let's go play another sport. I am so sick of hearing about this whole thing. Been hearing about this guy now for 5 years. They have been a rotten team the whole time. Give me an old-fashioned Giant team that knocked defensive linemen on their rear ends and knocked quarterbacks on their rear ends. That's how you win games. And if I'm Sherman, that's what I would tell every one of them. Back up the truck. I'm staying. You're leaving. Yes, they need a new quarterback. Eli's old. Okay, that's going to happen. Too bad. You can win with him. He's a champion. He's already proved it. There's 2 guys there that have rings. The long snapper and the quarterback. The rest of you are nothing. You've never accomplished anything. That's what's wrong with sport. That's what's wrong with our society. Nobody waits till they accomplish anything anymore. They just talk as soon as they show up. Accomplish something first. Then you get to talk. Man, if I was with the Giants, if I was Eli Manning, I would have shut them all up 5 years ago. Enough already. And if I'm Sherman, you know what? I'll tell him this. I'll play the quarterback that I want to play. Let me worry about it. I'm the coach. And you know what? I'll worry about whether my players are happy. Here's who's not happy. The owner, the fans, or anybody who's paying $1 to watch this ridiculously bad. I don't want to say something wrong on the air, curse. This awful, terrible football team. That's who's unhappy. The owner should be unhappy because he's paying those bums. The fans should be unhappy because they show up and support those bums. What do I care if they're happy for? What have they ever accomplished? Here's your record, Beckham. 29-47. That's what counts. Back after this.